Good evening everybody, it's the Rising Fawn here, and I thought I would do a video today about the recent Skyblivion video that was released, because with every release of those videos, like showing more and more just how much work has been put into that game, into the mod, it is outstanding. Like, to put it into words, like, this game has been worked on for over a decade now, something like that. It looks fantastic. There was just so much passion that has been put into it. Like the graphics, the not just the graphics, but also like they've built the game from the ground up and just started over, because they realised that to get the full kind of like Skyrim vibe of, well, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, they needed to actually build the game from the ground up. They're hiring like many different people who have, like a background in gaming, kind of like, and creating computer games and stuff like that. You've got, like, for example, you've got like one person who is creating grass for the region. That's their job. They create grass, and another person will do something else. I found that fantastic. There's just so much work being put into it. I could wait another 10 years for this like to be complete. There is like a little joke in the community where, I'll probably be celebrating my 50th birthday when it finally releases or whatever. But I'm willing to wait for that, because that is a passion project that has grown over time. Like, for example, they've taken areas of the original, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and they've just recreated it. They've redone it to give it the actual kind of like vibe and how it's supposed to look. Because like in Elder Scrolls Oblivion, I loved put so many hours into that game when I was younger, and even now. But it missed the mark in a lot of things because it looked the same. A lot of the landscape was very hilly, lots of trees, and it kind of missed that. It missed that kind of like the reason why Cyrodiil itself is kind of like a hub of different maps of it's because it's literally in the center. So on the outside regions, you've got so many different things going on. You've got the Black Marsh, you've got Valenwood and stuff like that. So they have literally recreated everything, the landscape, everything, to make it match to the actual landscape it's supposed to be around. They're currently, redesigning dungeons and stuff like that, which is amazing. They've like created like unique items that in the old, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, you didn't really get that. You did get unique items, but they just looked like the same item that you've already got from like a bandit when you leveled up. So it kind of sucked. But they've recreated those, recreating those items so they look unique. So you can like feel like, instead of like this steel sword that has the same thing to a quest item you've gotten, it's just like, no, they've recreated that to actually give it a story and actual unique look. They're just so, like, I really do hope, it comes out soon. But again, it's also that thing of that they just take your time. Seriously, take your time with everything. There is no need to rush such an ambitious project. But there's also Skywind as well, which I'm not really really excited. I was never a Morrowind kind of like player, but I know that I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who I'm very excited for Skywind. But for me, it's Oblivion. My introduction to the Elder Scrolls universe was Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and it's the fact that they've gone out of the way to redesign all of that. Like, for example, they've recreated. Like, I've already said that they've recreated the entire map, but outside the Imperial City, they've given it, a new look, new landscape to it. They've probably extended it a little bit too, I'm not sure, but they've also added farmhouses, farms, mills and stuff like that. They've really thought about that this may be a fantasy world, but they're trying to give it that medieval kind of like vibe as well that it should have. Because that was the thing that was missing from Oblivion. The map felt empty. Though there was a lot to do, there were so many places you could go to. But uniquely, it just didn't have that same feeling to it. Yes, every city you went to looked different and had a different kind of like experience. You go to one and it's like it's really run down from the inside. There's skooma dens, and another one where it's like, oh, it's really posh, big houses and stuff like that. I think that's Leyawind, I can't remember, but it's been a while. But they're making sure that they also, not just in the inside of the cities, but the outside also looks unique, and I'm kind of glad that the Imperial City is also getting that love, because it's the center of the Empire. It would make sense that there would be villages outside it, on the borders of the actual walls. It also makes more sense for the fact that those farms would probably, produce food, give, for trade. Makes a lot of sense. They've got. I don't think they've actually delved into the Oblivion Gates yet. I know that they're doing a lot of work on that at the moment, but I don't think they've actually introduced us to the inside of like the realms of Oblivion, which will be interesting to see how they actually go about it, because it was one of the things I didn't really like about Oblivion, which is really weird, because you went into an Oblivion Gate, you do the same thing. I always felt like there was the same kind of layout. I think there was like 4 or 5 different layouts to each Oblivion Gate, and it was kind of copy paste at times. I know that some were a lot harder than others, but it always felt very copy paste in how they were laid out. But it would be interesting how they like develop the kind of like lava effect, because that was always one of the problems with Oblivion, not just with the lava, but the bloom, the fucking bloom effect that was just so in your face that you thought you were going blind. So it's kind of like nice that they've redesigned characters, the UI tree as well. That I believe that they're taking the best of both worlds. They're taking what was originally in Oblivion, the skill kind of like tree, but it also shows you what if you were to pick into you go to bed, you level up. It also shows you what skills you put, points you put to a skill or whatever. It shows you just exactly health, stamina, magicka, and all that. It shows you what it will raise it to as well, which I think is really a really good design choice. But they've just, I'm super excited. I just wanted to make this video because I think Skyblivion should be getting a lot more hype. It probably does have a lot of hype, but there are so many people that don't know about it. It's interesting, like you'll see a video or someone comments on a YouTube video about Elder Scrolls Oblivion or whatever, oh, I wish they'd remaster this or whatever, and it's like, Bethesda certainly aren't, but there are wonderful, beautiful people who are going out of their way to make this remastered for free. They haven't, they're not allowed to take money. I think, like, they've had to do this on their own dime or whatever, and they're just taking volunteers. It's a lot of volunteer work, and it's good experience. You can put it onto your CV and stuff. So, but I think it's going to be great. I can't. Well, yeah, I'll say it's going to be great, but that's probably from all hype. But I will keep my expectations low, because just for the fact that whenever people get the hype train of a game gets to ridiculous heights, and then the game is released and everyone's disappointed. But then again, this is free. This isn't like a $70 kind of like price tag to a video game. This is this is free. This is a mod, a new experience to play Oblivion. But it's also, for people who kind of said, oh, I'm more of a Skyrim person because Oblivion looks dated. Now you'll get that chance to play Oblivion in a new way, where it's got the Skyrim kind of feel to it, but also something unique to it too. So it's going to be a new thing for Skyrim players who want something new to play, and it's also going to be something new for people who play Oblivion and need a new look, a new way to play the game, and a new kind of like way to look at the game that makes them say, hey, I think I'll play this from now on instead of the original Oblivion, and maybe go back to Oblivion when I need just like a little bit of sense of nostalgia. I know that they've got individual composers, I think, different voice actors for the characters as well. Well, at least I think so. There's a lot of work going into this, and I hope one day we will all get to play it and pray that when it's actually released there isn't any problems. I mean, there probably will be, bug issues, and I'm pretty sure they will be sorted out. That's what, bug testing and all that is for. That's why Twitch streamers exist, so they can, stream a game, and they can, like, maybe the developers will watch those streams and kind of go, hey, yeah, okay, that needs fixing, fair enough. They'll do that. Or maybe they'll just say, fuck it, I can't, I've worked, over a decade on this, I just need a nap. But, yeah, I'm very excited. Anyway, hope you all have a lovely day, take care, good night.